Part 1. White Clouds. Red Wolf Moon. The Flame in the Darkness. Hoarfrost now graces treetops and open fields alike, and an icy chill blown in from the north of Fargus blankets the land. All of Fodlan's creatures begin to settle in for a long winter. The setting sun bathes the full winter coat of every wolf in a foreboding scarlet glow. Hunters can now spread the word that the red wolves are back on the prowl.
And welcome back to Fire Emblem Three Houses. Last time we won the Battle of the Eagle and Lion, and we received ourselves the prize for defeating the most enemies, which was a Blessed Lance. So that is a good thing. And we got some money, since it's the beginning of the month.
That's what we're dealing with. Is there no chance it's an infectious disease?
There are no absolutes in medicine, but the chances are extremely slim. Restless movements, fits of violence, becoming bedridden, or even impossible to wake. With symptoms that varied, there are only a few possibilities. It's either a mixture of poisons or magic, and dark magic at that.
You're talking about Remire Village, aren't you, Manuela?
Oh my, if it isn't Gerald. Tell me, what was the first thing you heard?
Everything, after you mentioned that it's not likely an infectious disease. My child and I owe the people of Remire Village. If something's happening there, we must help them.
We scouted the area ourselves. Speak with the knights, hear what they have to say. I must go. Thank you for your help, Manuela.
You know, I'm more than willing to go with you to Remire Village. After all, I owe you my life. If you'd like, I bet we could even manage the mission all by ourselves. Just the two of us.
That's so nice of you.
Professor! A bit of a tease, are we? A girl could get used to this side of you.
Nice try, but I'll be going to the village as well. Enough nonsense. It's time to move out.
As you like. Goodbye, Gerald. Goodbye, Professor.
I'll be in my office making preparations. What about you? If you have the time, it would be helpful if you could go ahead and talk to the knights. Hey, what's wrong?
I just got a little dizzy.
If anything feels off, return to the infirmary. No need to just grin and bear it. Got it?
Ugh, what could have caused such dizziness? I felt it too. Actually, I felt that way before.
And we go ahead and start instruction. We don't get a chance to increase everyone's motivation before then. So, yeah. Well, at least we got most of it available to do that. Yeah, let's go ahead and increase. And see if we can't get the lance as close as we can to getting a B. Your writing
Thanks for your time.
is definitely close enough to get a B+.
Learned a lot. It's all coming together.
Thanks for your time. Thanks for your time.
Just get a little bit extra on that. Caspar! I'm going to increase... Yeah.
That went way better than expected. As long as it makes me stronger.
And... start that. There's a reason I'm going to be going down. It's starting that route with him. You...
This isn't so hard.
Well, thank you for thinking that. Yes. To getting that. Mercedes, you are super close. There we go. Got a B+.
I'm getting much better.
You certainly are. You know what? I am going to focus it on being faith skills for the moment. And same with this. I'm going to focus on it being... Since they are D+ right now, I want to see if I can get these as close to an A or A+ as I possibly can. Well, oh, I just needed a B+. So Mercedes actually doesn't need that, because she's already got hers to a B+. Okay. In that case, do Lance and writing. Once this gets to B+ for that, I'm gonna switch it. Yeah. Great night. A B+ and a B+. And he's kind of working on... He's got a C+ in that. Oh. So you would need a B+ or higher to do this, but an A or higher to do this. Let's begin lecture.
I have to ask you.
One of your students keeps challenging me to fight him, but he has no idea how to wield a sword. It's a waste of time for both of us. What am I supposed to do? How about use the fight to teach him?
I think I get it. Professor.
To excel fight as a sword fighting class. Nah, you good. Flame. What do you
Excuse me,
want?
Professor. May I have a moment of your time?
Oh, certainly.
Ah, wonderful. I was hoping you might enlighten me. About yourself, that is. You see, I happen to be quite curious about you.
Why is that?
Well, because there is something different about you. You possess an air of mystery. I could not help but notice when first we met. I am intrigued, to say the least. I find it rather difficult to put into words. Were I to wax poetic, I would say you remind me of the sea. Have you ever been, Professor?
A few times, yeah.
The sea is vast, boundless. On the surface, all seems still. Yet beneath that stillness, it is unfathomably deep. Within, it teems with life. Yet without, one is lucky to glimpse a fleeting shadow. And yet, all one must do is cast a line to grasp hold of all that life. You cannot see it at a glance, but it is there all the same.
What exactly are you talking about?
About fish, of course. Oh, bother. I got sidetracked, didn't I? Right. About the sea. During a storm, the once calm waters become mighty enough to overturn even the vastest ships. Not unlike you. You are calm. You carry yourself with poise. Yet you wield great power. My brother was uncertain of you at first. He once referred to you as a youth of dubious origin. Oh, but please do not think ill of him. He is incredibly dedicated to his work. So surely you understand why he would have doubts about one of whom he knows so little. Nobody even seems to know your age. Incidentally, how old are you?
Oh, I'd rather not say.
Aha! I suspect that if you choose not to say, you must be quite young. Looking at you, it is quite difficult for me to determine. I wonder... Could you be younger than your own students?
And how old are you?
Who? Me? Well, I am roughly the same age as the other youths here.
You look younger than the others.
Be that as it may, it is simply not the case. Oh, by the way, you should know I had actually been considering enrolling in the academy for a while. I have endured hard times, but I am so grateful that those very experiences led to my acceptance at the academy. Oh, my apologies. I am sure you have much work to do. I will not keep you any longer. We must speak again sometime, if that would be all right. Have a lovely day.
Flame's a character. She is certainly a character. Oh.
I see. So you'll be staying here for some time then? Honestly, I'm surprised. I've heard it's been a few years since you last donated to the church.
That was merely because of the financial situation of my territory. I assure you it has nothing to do with my dedication to the church. By the way, Demitri, isn't Edlegard currently enrolled at the Officers' Academy as well?
Yes, she's in the Black Eagle House. I don't believe she has any plans to leave anytime soon. Why not pay her a visit?
I may do just that. It's nice to stay in touch with my dear niece every now and then. Of course, I'm also delighted that I was able to speak with my nephew as well. Whether through marriage or otherwise, family is family after all.
Of course. The feeling is mutual. Professor, if you were watching, you should have made your presence known.
Who was that again?
That was Lord Arundel, the regent for the Empire. He is also Edlegard's uncle.
He called you his nephew, though.
My stepmother was his younger sister. We are not related by blood, but he is technically my uncle.
So, in other words...
Yes. My stepmother was Edlegard's birth mother. Edlegard and I are siblings by marriage. We can delve into that topic another time. For now, let's make preparations to investigate what's happening in that village.
Oh dear. The princess of the Empire and the kingdom's prince are kin. How very odd.
So, that's why he's worried about her.
All beings are attached somehow to those who are their family. Yes, even I. I must have had a family too. I wish I could remember them. My family. I wonder who and where they are, and what they're doing now. In any case, about this Arundel. You've heard that name before, correct?
In the library, I believe?
Quite true. We came across that name within the library, right where the prince had been. I thought that Arundel had died, and yet, not so. He seems alive and well. I wonder what the prince had hoped to learn from reading of his uncle's charity. So many things the prince has yet to tell. How bothersome.
Yeah, let's go check in on Manuela.
Oh, settle down and stop with the knocking. I'll be there in 2 shakes.
Uh-oh. I'd like a word.
Oh, dear. Professor? Is that you? Just a moment.
Oh no.
What should I do? I can't open the door in this state. Manuela, you simply must quit oversleeping. Hold on. Where are my clothes? I can't even find my... Where in blazes is my underwear?
Um...
Oh, What is my dressing robe belt caught on? I can't tie this properly. It's not even covering... Oh, Manuela. This will have to do.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. Just hold on a moment. Hello. Sorry to have kept you waiting. So, what do you want?
That took a while.
Excuse me? You had a reason for coming here, I assume. I've put a lot of time and effort into making it possible to talk with you, you know.
Sorry.
No, you've done nothing wrong. Let's just say I'm not having a good day. Actually, I didn't have a good night. Never mind. What did you want, anyway?
I actually have a message from a knight.
You heard from him? The fellow from last night? Huh. What did he have to say?
He said we'll never go out together again.
Yeah, figures. Kind of saw it coming, actually. That's why I came back to my room and went to bed. To get over it. Thank you for checking in on me. Was that all you wanted? Well then, good night.
Sleep well. She's a character. Just get flowers.
Much appreciated.
I guess I could have tried to get some more charm. but-
Let's do our best. Okay, Mercy? Right. Let's finish this quickly. Today, I guess we should get it done without chatting. We're all done here, Professor. I guess I'll be going. Oh, yes. It would be great if we could work together again sometime.
No? No?
Aha!
So that's really the only thing that came out of that. Alright. Well, certification-wise... There's not really too much going on with that.
It's time to start anew.
Oh, we got quite a bit of conversations going on.
He's always with that man from Dusker. How strange.
I'll bet he used some dirty tricks to gain his favor. That's how those scoundrels from Dusker operate.
What a pleasant conversation you seem to be having. May I join? Please, continue.
Oh, Your Highness! I was just...
I said continue.
I'm sorry, Your Highness!
Such foolishness runs rampant. I fear it is the reality of Fargus for now.
It must appear strange to them, to see me always in your company.
Does it bother you to do?
Of course not. However...
Let me guess. You take exception to the gossip that you use dirty tricks to obtain your position. Is that it?
That does perturb me, but not for my own sake. I am concerned about your Highness's reputation.
We're not talking about my feelings, but yours. As far as I'm concerned, those fools can talk nonsense until their tongues fall out.
I am afraid I cannot agree. But if you were not concerned for your honor in this instance, then why did you intervene?
Because it is my duty to do so. The day my father was killed, I saw the swine who did it. They were not of Dusker. I saw that, knew it beyond a doubt, and yet I was unable to prevent the massacre that followed. Nor could I clear away the dishonor of regicide that has unjustly clung to you and your people. I will not rest until I make up for that. I owe you, just as I owe the spirits of those I let die.
I do consider Fargus to be abhorrent, but you are an exception. You offered me your hand, and pulled me out from an abyss of suffering and death. You risked your life to save a foreigner you had never met. The moment you extended your hand, I decided that only for your sake would I live the remainder of my life, and I would cast it aside in an instant if my death were to your benefit. For that reason, I cannot consider myself your friend. There are still many in the kingdom who despise the people of Dusker. It would be selfish of me to stand by your side as an equal.
To do.
Your Highness?
Do you really believe I care one bit about the chatter of the ignorant?
Of course not. Please forgive my impudence.
I understand the intention of your words. Still, they grieve me. If you wish it so, you may continue to think of yourself as my vassal. I clearly cannot stop you. We need not be anything more or anything less. If that is what you wish to do, so be it.
Your Highness.
Mercedes, I'm sorry to ask this of you, but will you lend me a hand?
What can I do for you? Oh, is the cuff of your overcoat still torn? Mending that shouldn't be a problem at all.
It's pathetic, I know, but I fear my sewing skills are... well, as you can see, they're just about non-existent.
Goodness! You must have been concerned when I tore your cuff.
Ah, well... that is to say... would you please teach me to sew? I hear you're rather amazing at it.
Of course I'll teach you. Don't look so heartbroken.
You will? Thank you. Oh, I owe you for this.
I'll go get my sewing kit. You wait here. I'm so sorry, Demitri. I've never seen, well, it's just a bit...
No need to dance around the issue. You're fed up with my clumsy efforts, aren't you?
I thought you might end up bending some needles if you tried mending this on your own, but... how did you manage to break a pair of scissors?
I'm so sorry, really. I try to be careful, but with delicate work like this, I just can't seem to manage.
There's no need to apologize. But you must have been uncomfortable making your way here with this tear.
My inability to control my own strength is humiliating. Of course I'm useless at needlework.
No giving up on yourself. You just have to practice, that's all. No matter how difficult something is, if you keep at it and don't give up, then you're sure to improve. Isn't that what you told me?
Right you are. To give in to despair isn't like me. Thank you for the reminder. Okay, I'm ready to give it another go.
Great! I'm glad to hear it. First things first, let's make sure the needle is actually threaded this time.
No! I bent another one.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I love it.
You don't like to talk much, huh, Dedu?
I am not skilled in conversation.
Any particular reason?
Reason? I am only here at the monastery because this is where His Highness wishes me to be. Many here are frightened of me, disgusted by me. I grow weary of it.
That makes sense. A lot of people hate Dusker. They think all kinds of terrible things. Some of them even think you kidnap and eat people.
We sound like true monsters.
Why are you smiling? Shouldn't it make you angry?
I suppose.
If those people would just talk to you, I'm sure they'd change their minds. I'll admit that when I first got here, I found you kind of intimidating. I didn't know if it was okay to talk to you. I hesitated. But like I said before, I just wanted to get to know you. And now that I have, I'm not scared at all.
I am not very good at interesting conversation.
We can work on that. Tell me about Dusker. What was your hometown like?
Calm. More forested than Fargus. Each town had a specialty. Smithing, fishing. You would be better off reading about it in a book.
Okay, maybe you're right. But answer me one thing. You're a great cook and you learned at home. Why don't you make more Dusker-style food?
As we have established, people hate Dusker. Food by itself may be harmless, but it is better not to sow seeds of discontent.
Ah. But the cuisine of Dusker is delicious. I'd really like to try more of it.
I am pleased to hear you say so.
I think I get it. So the Sky God got into an argument with the Earth God, then Dusker was created?
To oversimplify it somewhat, yes.
There's something so mysterious about it. There are only mountains separating us from Dusker, but it's like a completely different world. This has been so interesting. I've never learned so much about it before.
There are not many left to pass on the legends of Dusker.
Really? That's a shame. It's almost like when someone dies, or a family line ends. I think a place is only truly destroyed when there's no one left to remember it. You should tell more people about Dusker to keep it alive.
That is a strange thing to say.
Oh? Why do you think that?
Dusker is forever the enemy of Fargus. No one cares about our culture or history.
I'm different, though. I don't know anyone who was killed by the people of Dusker. I don't hold a grudge against you, and I never have. Dedu? Is this recipe from Dusker?
You don't care for it?
No. I was actually surprised by how much I enjoyed it. Would you teach me how to make it soon?
But it seems I am ever the teacher with you, and seldom the student.
You're right. I'm so sorry. I have an idea. My mother taught me to bake the perfect sweets to go with tea. Would you like to learn how to bake them? It's a secret Martritz family recipe that's been passed down for generations.
House Martritz of the Empire? I thought they were no more.
It's true. My father's family was wiped out in the Empire. I'm the last living descendant.
Are you certain you wish to impart such precious memories to me?
Of course. Now that my family's gone, I'm the only one who knows the secret. The sweets would vanish from Fodlan if something happened to me.
I see your point. Yes, I would like to learn.
Yeah, Mercedes is really cool.
Hello, Felix. So, it was your turn to clean out the greenhouse, right?
Yes.
Well, I went ahead and took care of it. I also cleaned up the warehouse.
Why?
I just wanted to help you out. So that... Okay, fine. I'm bribing you. So you'll forget.
Forget what?
Are you really gonna make me say it? Before, in the greenhouse, I want you to forget what you saw and heard. If you agree to forget about it, I'll take your shift in the stables. Do we have a deal?
No thanks.
No? But that's not okay! You have to forget about it, right this moment!
I can't. It's permanently etched in my memory. A mountain of sweets, as well as steaks and cakes. Stacks of them, apparently. I'm also intrigued by those bear and swamp beastie songs you mentioned. Ah, and I've been meaning to ask about the move that went along with crumbs and yums. Was that fencing footwork?
Oh, stop it, Felix! You're a villain!
Hmm?
You think you're so funny? Keeping a straight face while mocking my singing and dancing? Well, you have to forget about it. Please. What if I make you a nice steak dinner? You like steak, don't you, Felix? It'll be yummy.
This isn't about steak. I just...
Fine. Be stubborn. Tell the whole world for all I care. I'll just learn to live with the funny looks I'll get from everyone. They'll all say, there goes that Annette, the girl with the funny ideas about food. You're just the evilest of villains, Felix. I'll hate you forever and ever.
I was just trying to be nice. Funny ideas about food. Even the bullies in her head are ridiculous. I really don't understand that girl.
Oh my gosh. Alright, let's actually explore.
I do not know why it is so, but being here makes me feel quite unwell. I am so sleepy and a bit... It is a struggle merely to stay conscious. Are you feeling the same? And yet, it feels familiar. As though pulled from a corner of my memory. From a time long ago. I simply cannot fathom it.
Hey there.
Alright. We're gonna see if we can actually bump up the professor level to B by the end of this. Don't know if that's gonna be possible right now, but certainly gonna give it a shot.
What is it? Sorry, I've got a cold.
We'll get well soon.
Thanks.
Yeah, I should have called it.
Hey there.
It'll be alright. Hello, Manuela.
I know you figure medicine and magical healing are two ways to do the same thing, but it's way deeper than that. Medicine is all about preventing infection and suppressing symptoms with, well, medicine. That's probably obvious. But magical healing is focused on closing up wounds faster, raising a body's vital energy. Stuff like that.
And we can actually recruit Manuela.
Hello, Professor. I know that look in your eye. You want to ask me a favor. You want me to help out with your class, right? You just say the word, and I'll help however I can. Don't worry about it. You're just starting out as a teacher, right? It's only natural for those of us with more experience to help the younger generation.
There you go. You have Manuela
I know you figured
as
medicine, but magic...
character you can use in fights now. We are definitely going to try to raise that faith. Hopefully we can get to a C+.
Hey, Professor, did you see that my father came by during the Battle of the Eagle and Lion? He left soon after, but I saw him talking to Edlegard first. I wonder what they could have to talk about.
Your father?
Yeah, he's pretty important in the Empire. I thought I mentioned it to you before. He's the Minister of Military Affairs. Still, though, I could have sworn those two didn't get along.
Hold on. Burgleys.
That's right.
Don't recognize the name, to be honest. Also, in Leone's room, there's the Wilderness Survival Guide. Lysithia doesn't have anything in her room. But, yeah, there's actually sometimes stuff that you can find in the different rooms here and there. It's like, oh, you get professor experience by finding it. So, yeah. It seems weird, but you do actually want to kind of walk through the different rooms. Just so you can get an idea of everything when it concerns this. And our room's up there at some point, but like this. The art of fishing, and also more fishing stuff. Whose room was that? Lionheart? Huh. I think, honestly, that's all of it. But I'm not entirely sure. No. So, that's stuff you want to grab as well. Because that, as you can see, almost pushed us close enough to level up. We went from needing 3,000 something experience to 1,600, so.
Need something, Professor? I was just asking Monica here to be less demanding of Lady Edlegard's time. Need something? I was...
Okay.
This is my first time working with the Geralt, the legend known across the ages as the Blade Breaker. And I get to see him with my own eyes. That means I have to try my absolute hardest.
Brawling tournament. Interesting.
I am so happy to be part of your class, Professor. I honestly cannot recall the last time I interacted with others on a daily basis like this. It reminds me of when I was a child. That was so very long ago now.
You're still a child,
Despite
though.
how young I may appear to you, I'm quite mature. You may be surprised, you know.
Maturity has nothing to do with age. You're still a child, so.
and about these days. And just when I had some questions about a book I'd borrowed. Ugh, now I'm so curious about where he's gone off to. He'd better come back soon.
Skill with the bow. Small tanned hide. Hold on. I want to see. I'll eventually have to go through it all and just kind of go through that whole.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
There we are. Got her all the way up.
Ah, Professor! The Battle of the Eagle and Lion was such good fun, don't you think?
Ignatz, how long are you going to keep harping on about the Battle of the Eagle and Lion?
Oh, come on, let me gush. Did you see how the house leaders came together after the battle? What an incredible thing to witness. Harmony, even after something so hard fought.
True. If they can keep playing nice, perhaps there will be peace in Fodlan after all.
Possible. Oh, hello, Dorothea. My charm is good. My authority, So, I think I have C support with her. Yeah.
Congratulations on winning the Battle of the Eagle and Lion. Did you get a special reward?
I certainly feel like I earned a special reward. Don't you, Professor?
Uh-huh. Would you be willing to come along?
Hey there, Professor. I was thinking it might be nice to join your class. I'm not unhappy where I am, but I was just thinking that maybe if I was with you, well, I might learn even more. You're the kind of guy a gal could pay attention to, you know?
Sure.
Oh, yeah? That's great. I'm looking...
Oh. I didn't mean to speak over you.
Congratulations on winning the Battle of the Eagle and Lion. Did you get a special reward?
This is what she said. I'm looking forward to spending more time with you, Professor.
I said...
Okay. Cool. Actually, hold on. Oh, come on. No. Lost items. I know. I got something for you.
How did you know I lost this? Thank you for bringing it back to me.
Yeah, no problem. There we go. We good.
You know, Professor, the tournament fish and the meal we indulged in after the Battle of the Eagle and Lion. Why, all of the food I've eaten in this monastery has been absolutely delectable. Every last bite of it.
Food really is the only thing you think about, huh?
Hardly. I think about all sorts of things.
Oh, like tomorrow's menu, for instance?
Man, you just love being
I have a
mean to
request.
people. It's like, so what if she likes food?
When news reached us of the disturbance, ours was the first unit dispatched to Remire. We had renowned scholars and accomplished magic wielders with us. In all honesty, I was scared witless the entire time. For all we knew, it was an epidemic like the rumors suggested. Rumors aside, that place had an eerie air about it that chilled you right to the bone.
All this month, His Highness has been going out late into the night. He will not speak of it to me. Professor, do you happen to know anything?
Well, as I recall.
Lord Arundel is here? That may well explain it. His Highness's headaches have been growing steadily worse. I would prefer that he retire to bed early.
They say that things rarely, if ever, go according to plan. Still, plan we must. After all, if we don't effectively force things to go our way, nothing will be achieved. How about you, Professor? Are you leading the life you envisioned for yourself?
Probably not.
Professor? Hey, Professor.
I don't
Can I
think
get
you
your
would have
advice on
envisioned
something?
this.
I just don't know what to do anymore. I used to think they were the best, but now I can't even stand looking at them.
Well, time heals all wounds.
Good point, Professor. I think I need to see other meats right now. Then I can come back to fish when I'm good and ready.
Of course he was talking about fish. You knew he was talking about anything else. Alright, so I'm definitely needing to increase the motivation of other people. I'm gonna do Dedu and Felix. Actually, it's not their favorite. Yeah, let's do Mercedes and Demitri.
Oh, this takes me back. I used to love this when I was a child.
This is my absolute favorite. How did you know, Professor?
Let's say a little bird told me. Alright. We can go to the fishing area, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up a few things and go grab the important stuff down in this area. Oh yeah.
Hey there.
Repair the Sword of Creator, please.
Is this it? There you go.
Thank you
Come back
so
anytime.
very much. Oh yeah, as a priest, I can't use the steel gauntlets. Fine. I'll use a bow for now.
What do you require? Farewell.
I think I'll be fine with a sword, but I'll have a backup weapon.
Hello there. This one, yes? I think
And like
yes.
last time, I'll do the fishing off screen because
one,
it
yes.
does take a while.
I think this one, yes?
But it's
this one,
very
yes.
much worth the time of actually doing it.
Return soon, please. Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report. Oh, except that Tomas departed the monastery and has yet to return. Consider that reported. He's been gone for periods of time before and has always returned, so I'm not too worried. Still, I wonder what in the world he's doing out there.
Yeah. Unfortunately, there's something fishy going on with Tomas. And with Sothis giving you the warning, hey, something weird about Tomas. And then, again, with Tomas, it's like, alright, I get the point.
Of the 4,
It was 4. I've been here 5.
what's a year here or there? Don't be petty now, Shamir.
You count your enemies the same way.
If I take care of them quickly, what does it matter how many there are? Oh, sorry. We didn't mean to ignore you, Professor.
As you were saying, it's been a busy year. There never seemed to be enough hands for the work.
That reminds me. Do you have that thing? If you do, we want it.
Want? No. We need it. Give it to me, not her.
Hey now. I'm the one who brought it up. We may be friends, but that's just rude.
Two-toned whetstone.
Hey you. Do me a favor. Of the...
It was 4.
If I take...
As you...
That
Want?
Hey now. I have a favor to ask.
There you go. Actually, neither of you will be able to do more or less what I want, so I'll hold off on doing that. Yo! Demitri.
I'm sorry to ask this of you, but I would deeply appreciate it if you would promise to keep my association with Edlegard to yourself. It is a complicated history, what she and I share.
I mean... Oh, I'll do it for you, but...
Professor, tell me, is this about Ramire? There are more villagers acting strangely today than yesterday. Knights have been dispatched, yet the underlying cause is as yet unclear, and the most anyone can do is stand back and watch. It is most distressing. Professor, what do you think about all this?
I would say, with all the craziness going, honestly, who knows?
The goddess, you have spoken near blasphemy, and I would suggest a hasty apology.
Well, you never know.
Professor, what have you got there? That's... my goodness, that is just what I've been looking for. I can offer nothing more than this, but I do ask that you consider trading with me.
Okay.
I am in your debt, Professor.
I mean, I'm not going to use Christology Mysteries. Alright. We are going to recruit him as well.
I've been watching your class activities, and I wondered if you might desire my help. Just say the word, and I'll pitch in. Of course, I have to be truthful. It's all just a ploy to make it easier to research your crest.
Well, at least he's being upfront about it.
Feel free to call on me anytime. I'll be happy to lend a hand. And then you can help out with my class, too. It's a joke, Professor. I'd never put a burden on you, a first-year teacher.
Hanneman's going to work with you.
I thought we might... If only this debacle had to do with crests, why, I'd have gone and dealt with it in an instant.
Unfortunately, I don't think it's that easy, Hanneman. I could immediately get to E+ rank with reason, but I'm trying to up the faith ability a little bit more. And that's where Lysithea is, and I don't want to talk to her quite yet. Let's go down the list. We'll start over here, and we'll kind of work our way around. Hello, Claude. What's up?
What in the world is happening in Remire Village? I hear even the knights have been dispatched. I hope it's nothing too serious. After all, that's where we first met. I have valued memories of the place.
I fear I may become a social recluse soon. My life consists of wearing a groove in the floor between the library and the dining hall. Although I guess a real recluse wouldn't leave their room, eh?
Are you trying to cast some shame on a certain person?
It's not mine.
No, not that. There you go.
Thank you. I gave up hope of ever finding it.
Sorry, I had it for months. I think that... okay. Let's just move on. And we're gonna take a left, and then a right. Hello, Sylvain.
I wonder how Remire Village is faring. Hopefully we're not dealing with some new epidemic. It wouldn't be unheard of. Almost 20 years ago, a terrible plague blazed through Fargus. It even hit the capital city, taking the Queen Consort's life. Or so I heard. The whole kingdom was in an uproar over that loss. The person who saved the kingdom wasn't a doctor, but a holy woman, the fair Lady Cornelia. After that, she was awarded the honor of being a mage in the service of the royal family. She sounds like an amazing woman, but she must be pretty old by now. But hey, maybe she's aged like a fine wine.
One-track mind, dude. One-track mind. Oh, man. I don't know why that was yours. I thought that was yours. But apparently I thought that. My bad. Yeah, not really any of this is yours. I'll have to think of something.
Hey, you.
Hello.
Yep. The knights go out from Garreg Mach to take on all kinds of other duties. I'd sure like a job like that one day. Then again, I don't know. Serving Lady Rhea here is pretty good. I don't know who...
Ione and Gerald.
Professor, Captain Gerald just told me. Remire Village is in a bad way, right?
The situation there is worrying, yes. But tell me, how was your vertigo?
Still a little
Are you
unsteady.
not feeling okay? You should get some rest.
If you must go to the village, make sure you're in good health before we depart.
Yeah, I know there's no way that I'm gonna be able to...
Oh, that's mine. Thanks so much for finding it.
Don't know why it took me so long to give it to her on that. But...
Professor!
This is...
Maybe. Still trying to get through all that. Alright. Hello.
Professor, do you ever wish you could return to your life as a mercenary?
Yeah, I can say it.
I thought you might. Traveling the world, just you and Gerald. How lovely it must have been. It was in Remire that you first met Alois and the rest of his order, was it not? Half a year has come and gone since then. How quickly time passes.
Alright. Would you be able to help with the faith part? Thank you so very much. It's writing stories. Okay, Manuela's down there. So... And I already had her help.
Hey, wait a minute. What you've got there, isn't that... Please, could you let me have that? Here, I'll give you this in return.
Okay.
Fantastic! Thanks, Professor. You have no idea how happy this makes me.
Yeah. So we'll kind of run around a little bit. Hey, Cyril.
Professor, I picked this up, but... Oh hey, it worked out perfectly. Want to trade me what you're holding for it?
Yeah.
Thanks, Professor. This is great.
Let's go over here. Hello, Marianne.
Well, good day, Professor. Well then, I should go.
Not close to that.
Remire Village. Is that not where you met Edlegard? If you had not been there, something terrible could have happened. Did one of the house leaders know that mercenaries were staying in Remire Village? I wonder. It will remain a mystery for now. All we can do at this point is speculate.
I guess. We're gonna head over to the church area. Doing so, we're also gonna go to the choir. Manuela and Annette.
This is no good. Sing from your diaphragm. Lo! Get it? Lo!
Singing is so much fun. Everyone should enjoy themselves while they're doing it.
So close! 38 experience left for the Faith. For Faith. Oh. It's so sad.
Hello there.
So sad that it's so close.
During the Red Wolf Moon, wild monsters make ready for the winter to come, stirring more than at any other time of the year. You are off for Remire Village, isn't that right? Watch your step on that journey. May the goddess protect all of you.
Well, thank you.
Really?
Really? Yes, really. I want to get better at cooking, but I don't know where to start. I wish someone would help me. You should cook with Ash. Oh yeah, there's one more note. There are many citizens of the Empire who currently in despair. I think it's time for a change of leadership. Perhaps someone should ascend the throne. Well, I know what would make him like, oh, thanks. But obviously that's not the obvious thing that's going to happen, or should.
What is it? I'm in the middle of my daily duties. I assume you know by now that the four saints are all-important figures in the teachings of Seros. Still, I have a particular fondness for Saint Sethlin. I have something to ask of you.
Certainly.
The glory of progress.
There we go.
Need something?
Well, let's flying +2, heavy armor +2. I would say for what I'm trying to get to at some point, a lot of people need lance skills.
This one? You're all set. See you again soon.
Alright. Oh, something to pick up. Well, I know who that's for.
This is a place of mysteriousness. I have awareness of how much difference every part of the world is. In a place alike to this place, you can imagine the goddess of Fodlan truly existing. At times I miss those places in Bridget. At times, I am missing those places so painfully.
Oh. I feel so bad. That's true, I do need to get that stuff going as far as it's concerned with that.
You do not look well. Are you sure you aren't coming down with a cold or some other ailment? Please, visit a doctor before your situation worsens. Suppose the infirmary is also an option? Though when I went there the other day, I was unable to receive medical guidance, as Professor Manuela was drunk and fast asleep on the floor.
Yeah, I kind of helped her out somewhat with that.
I could use it.
Well, at least getting,
Hello, Professor. What's that you've got there? Would you mind trading it with me for this?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much. I'll be sure to take great care of it. Oh, goodness. Is something the matter, Professor? You look a little pale. Please be careful. It's so easy to catch a cold this time of year.
Not in the sense of at the time of the recording of this, because it's actually, well, it's starting to get cooler at this time of the year, finally. Asked that like a week and a half ago. No, it was like a blazing fireball. Where in the world is Lawrence? Oh. Just right here in my face.
Professor, how are you feeling, Professor? You look rather ill, if you don't mind my saying so. Are you sick? If so, I would urge you not to push yourself too hard. Take some rest.
Well, nothing gets by you.
Just my natural talent. Nothing out of the ordinary. Enough wit now. You should lie down.
Nah, I'm good. Lawrence is one of those characters where at times he can be like the nicest guy. It's like, oh, that's really nice of you to say. And then other times he's just a pretentious prick you just want to hurt. Because it's like, really, Lawrence? Really? You went that far?
I'm going to catch me some mighty fish. Just you wait and see. I didn't catch a single fish last month. But this month, oh, this month.
Maybe you're doing something?
I'm casting my line just as the captain taught me all those years ago. You're going with the captain to investigate Remire Village soon, aren't you? It feels like so long ago that you two came here.
I think I'm going to use that on getting some writing skill.
So, I'm worried about Remire. That affliction is a little too mysterious for my liking. I'm pretty sure it's not normal.
I heard it's not an ordinary disease.
Then what could it be?
I don't know, dude. No? No, not you either. I guess none of that is yours. Arcane crystals are always welcome.
Well, Professor? It's about that thing you have there. If it's not too much of a bother, would you trade it for this?
Sure.
Thank you so much. I'll treasure it forever.
That's a nice thing you have there, Professor. Don't suppose you're planning on using it yourself. Why don't you trade it for this? Sounds good, right?
Yeah.
Excellent doing business with you, Professor. I've always wanted to say that.
There we go. We got the whetstone that we're looking for.
It was in Remire that you first met Alois and the rest of his order, was it not? Half a year has come and gone.
This is...
I appreciate this.
I don't know if you really want to. Just saying.
Really?
Kid.
Professor!
The situation.
Increase that writing skill, please. Yeah. There we go. I had to think there for a second. It's like, wait a minute. Oh yeah, this is supposed to open. Alright. And got that. And now we're going to decide what we're going to do with the item here. And she did ask first,
You brought
so...
it, Professor? Hand it over and I'll make it worth your while.
How? You can't even afford your own drinks. Give it here. You won't regret it.
Excuse me? I asked first. Why don't we let the professor decide?
I mean, Catherine did ask for it first, so... Sorry, Shamir.
Seems the professor likes you better than me.
Thanks. Here's your prize. Maybe I'll let you borrow it later, Shamir. I knew I could count on you.
So you do get a silver sword, a whetstone, and 2 black sand steel out of that. If you give it to Shamir, she'll give you a silver bow. Unless you actually have someone other than Shamir that could use it, there's not really anyone that can take it. Because currently, there's not really anybody that can use silver weapons. Some Catherine and myself. Yeah. Yeah, progressing the story hasn't gone far as Annette's concerned, and also... Oh. That's a thing.
Welcome, Professor. This is the first time I have welcomed you here, is it not? There is no need to be nervous. Please, come closer. When you speak with me here in this room, you are not speaking with the Archbishop, but with Rhea. It's just me.
Understood.
Such a sweet child. My apologies. I should not be treating you like a child. As Gerald's kin, somehow you don't seem at all a stranger to me. Speaking of Gerald, may I ask if he ever spoke of me to you?
I can't remember if any of this actually increases, because I know with Rhea, some of your conversations like this with her can actually increase your affinity with her. In reality, he never mentioned her. I'm gonna see what this says. I'm not entirely sure.
Is that so? Unfortunately, I am unable to believe that such words fell from Gerald's lips. I want you to know that you are free to speak candidly. There is no need to spare me from the truth, however harsh it may be. Since you are here, shall I tell you about the Gerald that I knew? By the look of it, you haven't heard much about his time at the monastery, have you? When I first met Gerald, he was quite young. Why, he could not even grow a full beard at that point. On one fateful occasion, the band of mercenaries he belonged to fought alongside the Knights of Seiros. I was traveling with the Knights at the time, and Gerald jumped in front of an attack meant for me. He was gravely wounded, on the verge of death. I tended to his wounds in a desperate attempt to save his life. Thankfully, my efforts were not in vain. Gerald managed to escape a seemingly certain death. I made arrangements for him to receive further care at Garrick Mach. The moment he was deemed fully recovered, I invited him to join the Knights.
I didn't know. Thank you for telling me.
Well, it is not a story I have often repeated. Even at the monastery, there are not many who know that. I tell you this because, to me, you are the child of the one who saved my life all those years ago. And also...
Yes?
Never mind. It is nothing. I simply wanted to say that I trust you. By coming to visit with me today, you have... Well, suffice it to say that my day is brighter than it otherwise would have been. I thank you for that.
Yeah, it's a strange...
A moment,
Rhea is just one of those interesting characters. It's just kind of hard to pin down exactly what's going on with that. And I want to honestly try my best to get all the conversations between them. But more than likely, I have a high chance of not being able to get it. But doing it, like, part of doing that is actually getting everything you can and making sure, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to essentially flood everything with getting...
Well done. You have my thanks.
Whether it's like flowers or... yeah, like whether it's flowers, just... that was one of the biggest things. If you want to increase affinity, just keep giving gifts. Whether you purchase the gifts or actually go and just like make a whole bunch of flowers and give them to the person. And essentially you increase your affinity so much you get through the conversations.
I wonder why.
Sorry?
Why does Lady Rhea give you special treatment? You're not particularly strong or good-looking. You seem exceedingly unremarkable. Not that I doubt you were a skilled mercenary. Shamir came from the same background, but she doesn't get nearly as much of Lady Rhea's attention. Besides, it'd be one thing if you got brought on as a knight, but a professorship, unprecedented.
Is it?
I just don't get it. I'm flummoxed as to why she holds you in such high esteem. And it's not like just anyone can wield the Sword of the Creator. It's a legendary relic, right? And it was casually handed over to you. It's unbelievable. Maybe it's because you're related to Geralt. He was a leader of the Knights of Seiros, and probably the finest mercenary in all Fodlan. By the time I joined, he was gone. So I don't know him too well, but he's strong, right?
Honestly, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, come on. There can't be a soul in Fodlan who hasn't heard tales of the Bladebreaker. Maybe that's it. Geralt used his influence to help you. But Lady Rhea wouldn't give you favorable treatment because of that. No, definitely not. There must be something more to you. Okay, that settles it. I'm going to watch from afar. Figure out what Lady Rhea could possibly see in you. Whatever it is, maybe I can copy it so that she'll take a shine to me as well. And if I discover that your intentions are malicious, I'll cut you down with relish.
That was a bit rude. Alright. Well, that will be it for this episode. And next time we will start a whole new week with the professorship stuff and whatnot. Oh boy. It's gonna be a thing. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.